Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Disabled but Able Budgeting. I am again trying to speedrun this and not be as far behind as I am. I have gotten a lot of videos out lately, but I'm still not fully caught up. So this is me trying to do that. If you saw my last video, I'm so sorry for all the chaotic mistakes and everything that I was doing. I don't have an excuse. I just don't always know what I'm doing. And I want to start this video off with saying that it's sort of the same right now. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this or the best way of doing it for me right now. If you want to tag along with the chaotic mess that is my budgeting journey, please stick around. Yeah. So I have printed out my buffer breakdown. So this will be my buffer closeout for February. So these are all the numbers that I ended with in January, and I'm not sure if this is the best way of doing it, but in my head this is how it worked out. Since I have put some placeholders in this binder, which is my bank binder pretty much. This is representing what is in my actual bank. Excuse me, I need to see what my dog is up to. My dog suddenly had a burst of energy, so I'm sorry for all the noise that she most likely will be making. So since I've already put some money in here, what I have done is made some IOUs for what has happened in February. So I think I have IOUs for all of the things that I've spent from this that does not include my monthly budget. This is the savings pretty much. And I think by adding this money from my budget, I think it was around 11,000 Norwegian, it will reconcile at the end. Since I'm using my phone to film this, I can't really look at everything that I want to while I don't have access to my phone when I'm filming. So I will be off camera making sure that everything is how it's supposed to be, but I think this is how it's going to work out. Before I start, I'm just going to put out some placeholders so that I can reallocate and do everything that I need to. So I don't think I will be using all of these placeholders because I just at some point made a lot of them, but I'm just putting them out so that I don't need to start looking for them other places while I'm doing this. From my budget, so in my salary account, I now have 5,007, 9, 10, 11,000 to 300, 5, 7. So 11,307 after my budget from February, so that I am going to reallocate in my buffer. What I am going to do though is instead of leaving it in my salary account, I am going to move it into my savings. So I'm just going to write the number in here. And how I'm figuring I'm going to do this is first deal with all of the IOUs and see how much is left after that. And then I don't remember exactly what I was saying since my dog was barking and I get flustered when she does because I don't want her to disturb my neighbors. I'm going to go through the IOUs and let's see where we're at after that. Let's start off with in paw insurance. This is technically not an IOU, but my paw insurance is a little bit under 14,000 a year, so I just divvy that up by 12 months, and that's 1,200 per month. So I'm just going to leave this in paw insurance, and hopefully if I have money left from this stack, I will be removing this IOU and just putting the money aside for that. Next up is CP equipment. I'm working from home a lot right now. So one of the things, I was able to get 2,000 from the government to help buy a standing desk. So I did buy that, and what I'm left with after that is 8,181. So I already have 20,000 in here, so I will be exchanging this so that I don't have this IOU anymore. 1,819. So CP equipment, after I paid for the standing desk, now has 11,000, 5,700, and 10,512. So 11,819. That apparently was not easy for me to, yeah. I am now jumping to Chibi, and I talked about this in my weekly overview, spending overview. She needed to get a vaccination and some other things, so I've spent a lot of money on her in February. That I will be taking out. Well, I only have 500 in here, so I'm still owing 1,007. Gifts, I also spent 238. I have 500 in gifts, so I now have 262. Gifts now has 262. So I made this envelope that has the lovely number, or the lovely name of IOU. So it will be just my savings for anything I owe my employers, government, and whatnot. So for since I was paid too much in January, I owe my employers, so before they are deducting it from my pay. So in the beginning of February, I owed 11,417. I paid 3,805 kroner. So now this number is down to 7,612. So I will be changing this. And just put this so I remember what it is for, since I now will also be having more IOUs in here. So the second unfortunate information that I received was the fact that the government has also paid me too much. So I now owe them for January 4,486 and for February 2,242. I think that they are going to, hold on. I think that they're going to be deducting it from the payments throughout the year, but I would like to have a buffer of at least 6,000 Norwegian in IOU, so that if they suddenly want me to pay at the end of the year, which is a possibility, I won't be then scrambling for that money at that time. But I do know it's not going to be happening for the next few months, so I will have time to save up for it. So I will be just leaving that in here. And that is that for my IOUs. So I still haven't done anything with this money from my budget or from my payments. So I will be reallocating that now. My insurance, my pawn insurance, I will be removing this 1,200 straight away, and I will be putting that in there. So for my dog, I'm not planning any big purchases for her yet, but I also never know what will happen with her, so I'm going to use 2,000. So I'm going to pay this down, and then I will be left with, I think it's 993, but I will check. For once I was able to calculate it, so I'll remove this and then get out so 993. I will put 5,000 into IOU. I'm not going to do anything with these IOUs right now, but I will just put the 500 in there, 5,000 in there. So now I have to 3,107. I'm going to put 2,000 into extra week. I'm still debating what I'm going to do with my weekly cash stuffings for March and how much I'll allocate, especially medical. Putting 2,000 more, so having 3,000 in extra week, will cover at least the first quarter, but I think it's good to, you know, put a little bit extra in there. And to close this out, I will just put the rest in buffer. But what I did forget was that I need to actually write this all in. I think I made a mistake here. Oh boy, this is going great. I don't think I'm gonna get any further than this right now, since I think I did something wrong. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now, and then I'm going to fix it. So it's been a few days since I filmed the first part of this. My dog is still acting crazy. I think she's always this way around this time, and it's a good time for me to film, so that's perfect. Since I made so many mistakes, it's taken me a while to just look over everything, but I wanted to cut into the earlier video and just go through so that I have some of the actual correct stuff on here. So one of the things that was messing with me was the fact that I had forgotten about the 8,851 from my January budget that was included in the savings now, but I hadn't allocated it, so the numbers just didn't add up. I also forgot how much I put into some of the envelopes, so I've been both correcting the amounts in the envelopes, and I made sure that these actually coincide. So the totals of my 2 savings account and salary account is the same as the amounts that are actually in these breakdowns. So I now don't have 70,000 something. The total after I took out all the money for that I did spend last in February, I now have 62,946 kroner in these accounts. And that is the same that I actually have put into here. So this should now be correct for March. If you're still here, bless you. I'm so grateful. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'm sorry about my dog making so much noise. All right, bye guys.